Yes, class. So we are starting with the elimination reaction. So even elimination reaction. In this reaction, as I have told you, that first there will be removal of halogen. So halogen is removing from here, and this is the slowest step. This will remove obviously in the presence of some reagent. Then what will happen when it will take both the electrons of this bond, then a positive charge will develop on this carbon. So that is why a carbocation formation is there. Then what will happen, this X to make it neutralize, it will take this hydrogen. So while taking this hydrogen, this bond will leave here and this bond will come here to neutralize this positive charge, and that is why this RCH double bond CH2 is forming, which is an unsaturated compound. So this is the slowest step, so that is why it is a rate determining step also. And you can see in this step only one molecule is involved, that is why the order of this reaction will be 1. And you should note one more important point here, that for even elimination reaction, the nucleophile which you are using, that should be a weak base. A weak base you will take, and temperature should be high. Temperature should be high. If the temperature is very high, it means that it will follow even elimination reaction. And also you can write that if temperature is low, then it will not follow even. At that time it will follow SN1 reaction. Let us understand this topic by one example. See, you have CH3 CH CH3 Br is here, and it is reacting in the presence of CH3OH, which is actually a weak base. Temperature is mentioned here, which is 60 degrees Celsius, and you're taking this same product, but instead of the temperature, it is reacting with this CH3OH only, but now the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius. So you have to tell me that which product will form here and which product will form here. So yes, here it will lead to the formation of CH3 CH double bond CH2, and in this case it will lead to the formation of CH3 CHOCH3 CH3. Okay, so this is the difference between even and SN1 reactions. So for this I have told you temperature should be high, greater than 50 degrees Celsius you can say, and for SN1 it should be smaller than 20 degrees Celsius. So this is the case for SN1, this is the case for even reactions. Okay, so on the basis of this only you can do some questions. I'm giving these questions to you, you can try. CH3 CH2 CH CH3 Br. You can pause the video and then you can try. CH3OH you're taking at 80 degrees Celsius. You can pause and then try. Yes, so you're right. This is a weak nucleophile. So weak nucleophile and the temperature is high. So which type of reaction it will be? Yes, it is even reaction. So in this case it will form what? Br will go from here. It will form CH3, CH2, CH positive and CH3. So here the double bond can come to, this is actually alpha beta reactions. So this is a beta carbon, this is also a beta carbon. So from anywhere it can take the hydrogen. So there will be two products. When after this it will be CH3 CH double bond CH and CH3, or it can be CH3 CH2 single bond CH double bond CH2. Fine, but out of these two, this one will be the major product and this one will be the minor product. Why? Because in this there are 6 alpha hydrogen. Now this will become alpha, this will also become alpha. So hydrogens attached to it will become alpha hydrogen. So there are 6 alpha hydrogens, but in this case it is only 2 alpha hydrogens. Only 2 alpha hydrogens. So for stability, you should remember one point, that greater number of alpha hydrogen, greater will be the stability, or you can say greater will be the yield. So that is why this is a major product and this is the minor product. Okay, and you know what, which rule decide this thing? The rule for this is Sadzeff rule. Sadzeff rule. In your book, it is written that more substituted alkene will be the major product. So that more substituted alkene means that the number of hydrogens which is attached to it. So according to Sadzeff, the one which is having greater number of alpha hydrogens, that will be the more stable product, and the one which is having the less alpha hydrogen, that will be the minor product, and that product is called Hofmann product. Hofmann product. Okay, so this is the thing which will form. Even you know what, in this also there can be two stabilities. If you will draw this in this way, CH double bond CH, and if you will take CH3 here, instead of hydrogen you can write hydrogen here, it will be hydrogen, it will be CH3. You know this, what is this this product? This is cis product. And if you have CH3 H and H, this is your trans product. Okay, so out of cis and trans, you know, trans is more stable as compared to cis. So trans will be the major product and this one will be the minor product. Okay, so any possibilities can come. So you should keep everything in your mind. Please watch this video 2-3 times so that you know this topic will get clear to you. Alright. Okay, let's try one more question. Please keep one thing in mind, that we have a carbocation formation in this case. So wherever carbocation formation is there, it means that rearrangement can also possible. Okay, so you have to check this thing, that whether the rearrangement of carbocation can take place or not. So temperature is given to you and a nucleophile is given to you. You can try the product. Next, this is chlorine. This is also occurring at 60 degrees Celsius. In this also you can tell the product which is major. Then you have this one. You can tell the product in this case as well. That's it. This is all about even elimination reaction. Now let's start with E2 elimination reactions. E2 elimination reactions. I have told you this thing, that in E2 elimination reaction there will be two molecules will be involved. Okay, why? Because this is E2. Alright, so you can say, like if you have R, CH, X, CH2 and H. So in the previous you have taken strong nucleophile. Okay, so here you will take weak nucleophile or weak base. Sorry, in that case you have taken a strong weak base, and here you will take a strong base. Here you will take strong base. So what will happen? It will give you R, CH double bond CH2. Okay, in this also obviously unsaturated compound will form. Let's see the mechanism first. Mechanism. See, in this first you have R, CH, single bond CH2. We can write hydrogen here also. So nucleophile, which is a strong base, coming from the strong base only, it will attack on this hydrogen first. So when it will attack on this hydrogen, this bond will come here and this X will remove from here. So but this step will occur simultaneously. See, in this way, R, CH, single bond CH2 hydrogen, and as the base is coming, so this is the base and partial double bond, after that X. Okay, so in this is the transition state. After that, what will happen? This transition state is very unstable, so it will quickly convert into RCH double bond CH2, which is alkene. Okay, so you can write some points about this type of reaction, like it's a single step reaction, and in the single step reaction both base and nucleophile as well as your Rx both are involved. That is why two molecules are involved in this type of reaction, so that is why it is called E2 elimination reaction. After that, no carbocation was forming. Then obviously if no carbocation, then no rearrangement. Then what about the base? Here you're using strong base, and order will be 2, because rate is directly proportional to Rx as well as nucleophile. Okay, all right. And one more important point also about this, if the transition state is stable is the transition state, then stable is the rate. This is also a very important point. Okay, so like for example, if you have a more substituted or more crowded alkene, so they are more stable. So that is why here tertiary is and secondary and followed by primary. If you remember, then in the case of SN1, E1 and E2, in all these we are following actually the same trend, which is tertiary, secondary and primary, and only in SN2 it was primary, secondary and tertiary. This is the order of stability. Okay, all right. What type of solvent we can take here? Obviously if it is kind of SN2 reaction, then the solvent should be your polar aprotic. Okay, and then leaving group should be good. If we have good leaving group, it means that the reaction will go faster. And it is endothermic or exothermic? It is endothermic. Like the same point which we have written about the SN2 will be the point for the E2 also. Alright, so we can solve some questions now. Okay, you have this and alcoholic KOH you are taking, alcoholic KOH. Okay, so aqueous KOH will do substitution, but alcoholic KOH will do elimination. That also you should remember. So what will be the product? Yes, you are right. This will be the product. Question 2. You have this alcoholic KOH. You can try on your own. Question 3. You are taking CH3O minus and delta. Delta means that it is occurring at high temperature only. So if it has high temperature, it means that it is E2 or E1? Yes, it is E2. Then question 4. Chlorine here, and reagent you are taking alcoholic NaOH. You are heating it. Question 5. Br is here. Question 6. Pause and try these questions. Yes, obviously here you're using alcoholic KOH only, and in this case you're using C2H5 O minus and you're heating it, and after that you can have this one and you're using alcoholic KOH. Then you have CH2 double bond CHCl and alcoholic KOH. After that, question number 9. Br, alcoholic KOH, then Cl is here, and you have taken alcoholic NaOH. You're heating it. After this, question number 11, CH3, CHCl, CH, CH3 and CH3. You're reacting this with alcoholic KOH as well as with this compound O minus Na plus. Okay, and one last question, question number 12. O minus Na plus. Alright, we will discuss the answers in the class. I hope this topic is clear to all of you. Be ready with your answers. Thank you.